have blood on your cheek.
Is it gonna make you faint?
I hope not. At least not until I've done something I've been wanting to do.
They're some of the most stylish, gritty, and unforgettable movies of all time. They're also some of the most violent. Hang 'em high, boys. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Westerns. For this list, we're excluding parodies.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Western hybrids.
Bro! No!
And, unfortunately, this.
My little buttercup has the sweetest smile. Dear little buttercup.
Number 10, True Grit.
They told me you had grit, and that is why I came to you.
Rarely is the remake better than the original, especially when the original features a drunken, eye-patch-wearing John Wayne. That is, unless the Redux features a drunken, eye-patch-wearing Jeff Bridges.
If I'm to go up against Ned Pepper, I'll need $100. That much I can tell you. $100. Retrieve your man, $100.
While the Duke's turn as Federal Marshal Rooster Cogburn is and always will be iconic, Bridges' performance, a product of the Coen brothers' far darker, sardonic Old West, is braver, less glamorous, and more fitting of a tragic hero who's helping a young girl avenge her father's murder.
We seen Ned and Hayes 2 days ago.
Don't you act a fool. If you blow, I will kill
I'm
you.
played out. I need a doctor. We met Ned and Hayes 2 days ago.
Number 9, The Outlaw Josie Wales.
Josie Wales. They say he's coming into Texas. Won't come through here, though. Killed 50, 60 men.
Rule of thumb: if you ever find yourself in a Western with Clint Eastwood, try not to kill his whole family, or his whole posse, or his sidekick. Because if you do, bad things will happen to you. Very bad things.
Why, you're gonna pull those pistols and whistle Dixie.
Made famous by Sergio Leone's spaghetti westerns, Eastwood directs himself in a far more sober picture of the Civil War-era West. Don't worry though, he still shoots lots and lots and lots of guys on his quest for vengeance. Number 8, High Noon.
It looks like Frank Miller's coming back on the noon train. I need all the special deputies I can get.
Keep your eye on the clock. Gary Cooper stars as Marshal Will Kane, who comes back from his honeymoon to save a podunk town whose citizens refuse to help him, insist on fighting him, and generally try to convince him to go away.
You must be crazy coming in here to raise a posse. Frank's got friends in this room. You ought to know that.
Only they don't realize the threat they're under. But thanks to some help from his still wedding dress-clad wife, played by Grace Kelly, Kane is able to win the day and ride off into the sunset again.
I can't be leaving until I shoot Frank Miller dead. Wait long, wait long.
Number 7, The Magnificent Seven.
Why don't you hire men?
Men?
Gunmen. Nowadays, men are cheaper than guns.
Will you go? It will be a blessing if you came to help us.
Sorry, I'm not in the blessing business.
No, we offer more than that. We could feed you every day.
Who says there weren't Russian cowboys? Oh, sorry, you all didn't realize. Anyhow, what isn't in doubt is Brenner's ability to assemble a posse in this classic homage to Akira Kurosawa's Seven Samurai. In fact, with Steve McQueen, Charles Bronson, James Coburn, and Robert Vaughn rounding out the group, this may be the greatest posse of all time. A word of advice to the bad guys: when you catch them, do not drop them right outside of town with all their weapons. Number 6, The Wild Bunch. Starring William Holden and Ernest Borgnine, Sam Peckinpah's 1969 epic is one of the most uncompromising depictions of the Old West ever made.
Hey, Pike! Take a look at this.
Think he can handle that?
When Holden's outlaw Pike Bishop and his man flee Texas from Mexico, nearly non-stop shootouts and debauchery follow, all leading to one of the most gruesome endings in any film. But it's the valor among thieves that spurns this violent turn of events that truly immortalized the Wild Bunch. Number 5. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
I didn't know you were the Sundance Kid when I said you were cheating. If I draw on you, you'll kill me. There's that possibility.
No, you'd be killing yourself.
Forget that this is probably also your grandmother's favorite movie. Paul Newman and Robert Redford are electric together in their first on-screen team-up.
Can I move?
Move? What the hell you mean move?
I'm better when I move.
Yeah.
This one's got everything. Gunfighting, fist fighting, knife fighting, perhaps the most famous bicycling montage in film history, and definitely one of the most poignant and haunting endings of all time.
For a moment there, I thought we were in trouble.
Number 4. Once Upon a Time in the West. You were expecting someone else? In westerns, it's sometimes hard to figure out who's actually the good guy. But after Henry Fonda's character kills a child in his first scene, the smart money isn't on him.
What are we gonna do with this one, Frank?
Now that you've called me by name.
Sergio Leone's 1968 follow-up to his groundbreaking Dollars trilogy and his first of the Once Upon a Time trio. This epic proved that Leone could still make great films sans Eastwood, and that playing the harmonica could be totally badass, especially if you're Charles Bronson.
You only know how to play, or do you know how to shoot? You know how to blow music from that?
Number 3. Unforgiven.
How about it, Will?
How about what?
How about being my partner? I'm heading up north, in through Newbraska up to Wyoming. Gonna kill a couple of no-good cowboys.
This would be the final Western for the man who redefined the genre. And it wasn't going to be a cheery one. In a genre characterized by senseless, consequence-free violence, Clint Eastwood produced, directed, and starred in this depiction of an old gunfighter who's called on for one last kill.
I've killed women and children. Killed just about everything that walks or crawled at one time or another. And I'm here to kill you, Little Bill.
And the result is a study in regret and contemplation. Until, you know, the end.
I'll see you in hell, William Money. Yeah.
Number 2. The Searchers.
Figure a man's only good for one oath at a time. I took mine to the Confederate States of America.
Despite his undying allegiance to the Confederacy, his overt racism, and his momentary urge to shoot the very girl he's come to rescue, this is perhaps John Wayne's greatest performance.
Go! Go, Martin, please!
Stand aside, Martin.
No, you don't, Ethan. Ethan, no, you don't!
Stand aside.
While elements such as white people dressed up as Comanches making this noise might make it feel dated, it still stands as the pinnacle of Wayne and legendary director John Ford's collaborations.
Let's go home, Debbie.
Before we tighten the reins on our top pick, here are some of our honorable mentions.
You Freddie? Oh, Matt, do you remember that little filly I used to own? That's what I figured. Come on.
I've heard that you're a low-down Yankee liar. Prove it.
If there's anything I don't like, it's driving a stagecoach through Apache country.
The odds are changing now, aren't they? Now it's 1 against 7. Do you hear me? You have no obligation. You better listen to what he's saying. Huh? You better...
Number 1. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Possibly the coolest movie ever made, Clint Eastwood's final turn as the man with no name in Sergio Leone's epic finale to his Dollars trilogy comes at us unimpeded by any of the moralizing of Eastwood's later work. Leone's masterpiece seamlessly integrates a sprawling Civil War sequence into the plot, causing the violent acts of a few outlaws to pale in comparison. When our 3 anti-heroes finally meet, the result is the greatest showdown ever put to film. Do you agree with our list? Which westerns make you want to grab the reins with your teeth and take on an entire band of outlaws? For more classic top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.